My mom looked my girlfriend dead in the eyes and said, "You don't belong in this family." That was the moment everything broke. And the worst part? Just a few hours earlier, I actually thought this dinner might go well. Yeah, I was that stupid. I need you to understand something. My family wasn't toxic growing up. We were close. Like actually close. Sunday dinners every week. Birthdays always together. My mom calling just to ask if I ate. My dad acting tough, but secretly saving every message I sent him. And my older brother Daniel? Golden child. Married, stable, house, everything figured out. But he never treated me like I was less. None of them did. Until I brought Maya home. I met her a couple months before all this. And I'm not gonna drag it out. I fell for her fast. She wasn't like anyone I'd dated before. No fake politeness, no pretending. If she liked you, you knew. If she didn't, you definitely knew. First time we talked, she caught me staring and said, "You gonna say hi or just keep being weird?" I laughed and walked over. That was it. Done. Hooked. About a month into dating, we were sitting in her car after a long night, and she suddenly goes, "Your parents don't know about me, do they?" I froze. Not yet. She looked straight at me. Is it because I'm black? No hesitation, no softening it. I hate that I paused, even for a second. Yeah, I said. She nodded slowly, like she already expected that. Okay, she said. Then let me ask you something. She turned her whole body toward me. Are they going to be awkward, or are they going to be disrespectful? That question stuck with me, because those are two very different things. I don't think they'll be disrespectful, I said. And I meant it. God, I meant it. A couple weeks later, I decided to introduce her. I didn't want to drag it out. Felt like ripping off a Band-Aid. So I invited her to dinner at my parents' house. Big mistake. We pulled up, and I could already feel it in my chest. That tight feeling. You sure? Maya asked. Yeah, I said. It'll be fine. She gave me a look like she didn't fully believe that. But she still got out of the car. That alone should have told me something. She trusted me. My mom opened the door, and the second she saw Maya, her face changed. Not subtle, not something you could ignore. Her smile just stopped, like her brain needed a second to catch up with what she was seeing. Maya, this is my mom, I said. Maya stepped forward, calm, polite. Hi, it's really nice to meet you. My mom blinked a couple times, then forced to smile. Oh, hi, yes, come in. But her voice? Tight, uncomfortable, wrong. Then my dad walked into the hallway. He looked at Maya, then at me, and I swear, I saw the exact moment he realized what was going on. No words, just that look. That quiet, heavy look that says, "This is not what I wanted." We sat down at the table, and for a few minutes, everyone played nice. My mom asked questions, but didn't really listen to the answers. My dad barely spoke. My brother and his wife were just watching, like they already felt something was off. Maya was doing everything right. Calm, respectful, trying to keep the conversation alive. But the air felt thick, like something bad was coming. Then my dad suddenly put his fork down, and everything went quiet. He looked straight at me. "This is serious?" he asked. I nodded. "Yeah." He leaned back in his chair, staring at me like he was trying to figure something out. Then he said, "This isn't what we expected from you." And just like that, the night went from uncomfortable to something I couldn't fix anymore. I felt my chest tighten the second he said that. "This isn't what we expected from you." Not who is she, not tell us about her, just disappointment, straight up. "What does that even mean?" I asked. My mom jumped in fast, like she was trying to soften it. "We just mean it's unexpected," she said, forcing a smile. "You've never dated someone like Maya before." Maya didn't look at them. She looked at me. That look? It said everything. "Say something. Right now." I swallowed. "Yeah? And? That's not a problem." My dad sighed, already annoyed. "We're just trying to understand your decision." "My decision?" I repeated. "You mean my relationship?" He didn't answer directly. Just looked at Maya again, then back at me. And then he said it. "There are differences you need to think about." Silence. Heavy. Ugly. Maya slowly put her fork down. "What kind of differences?" she asked, calm but sharp. My mom shifted in her seat. "It's not about you personally, it clearly is," Maya said, and she still wasn't raising her voice. That's what made it worse. My dad leaned forward slightly. "Culture. Lifestyle. Future family," he said. And there it was again. That word. Family. I felt my jaw tighten. "What about it?" He hesitated for half a second, then went all in. "Kids," he said. "Do you really think that won't be complicated?" Maya went completely still. Like, completely. I felt something snap inside me. "Complicated how?" I asked, my voice low now. My mom stepped in again, but this time she didn't even try to hide it properly. "We just don't want them to struggle," she said. Them. Not if, not maybe. Already talking like it's a problem. Maya let out a quiet breath and leaned back in her chair. "Struggle because of what?" she asked. No one answered, so she did it for them. "Because they'd be mixed?" My mom looked uncomfortable. My dad didn't deny it. And that silence, that told me everything. I pushed my chair back slightly. "Okay," I said. "We're not doing this." But my dad wasn't done. "If you're serious about her," he said, "you need to think long-term. About what kind of life you're choosing." That word again. Choosing. Like Maya was some kind of mistake I picked. I stood up. "I am choosing," I said. "I'm choosing her." Maya looked up at me, surprised for a split second. My mom's face tightened. "Don't make this dramatic." "I'm not," I said. "You are." My dad shook his head. "You're being emotional." "No," I said. "I'm being clear." Maya stood up next to me. She didn't look angry. That's the part that stuck with me. She just looked done. "I think we should go," she said quietly. And that hit harder than if she had yelled, because it meant she already knew. There was nothing to fix here. My mom stood up quickly. "Wait, no, we're just talking." "No," I cut in. "You're not talking. You're judging her. We're concerned," my dad snapped. "For what?" I shot back.
For me? Or for how it looks? That landed hard, because neither of them answered. Maya gently touched my arm. Let's go. I nodded, and just like that, I walked out of my parents' house for the first time in my life, not knowing if things would ever be the same again. The car ride back was quiet. Too quiet. I kept glancing at her, trying to read her face. You can say something, I finally said. She let out a small breath. What do you want me to say? She asked. I don't know. Anything. She looked out the window for a few seconds before answering. I've been in situations like that before, she said. Just not with someone I actually care about. That stung. I'm sorry, I said. She shook her head. This isn't on you. Not yet. Not yet. That part stuck with me. When we got to her place, she didn't get out right away. She turned to me and said, I need you to be honest with me. I nodded. Okay. If they keep acting like that, what are you gonna do? No hesitation. I'm not leaving you. She held my gaze, searching my face, making sure I meant it. Because this doesn't get easier, she said. It usually gets worse. I didn't even think. Then I'll deal with worse. She nodded slowly. Okay, she said, but I could tell. She was already preparing for exactly that.
It didn't even take a week for things to get worse. At first, it was just my mom calling more than usual. Can we talk? I think things got out of hand. We didn't mean to upset anyone. Sounded reasonable, right? Yeah, until the actual conversation started. I just don't understand why you're rushing into something like this, she said. Rushing, I repeated. We've been together for months. That's not long enough to make serious decisions. I already knew where this was going. Mom, just say what you actually want to say. There was a pause. Then she sighed. I think it would be better if you ended things now before it gets more complicated. There it was. Clean, direct, cold. I felt my grip tighten on the phone. You're asking me to break up with her. I'm asking you to think about your future. No, I said. You're asking me to leave someone I love because you're uncomfortable. She didn't deny it. That silence again. And then my dad started calling too. But he didn't sugarcoat anything. You're making a mistake, he said. I don't agree. You will, he replied. Later. That confidence in his voice, like he knew he was right. It pissed me off more than anything. I tried to ignore it, tried to just focus on Maya, on us. But they didn't stop. Calls turned into long messages. Messages turned into full-on pressure. You're throwing your life away. This isn't what we raised you for. Think about your children. Always that. Children. Like they already decided those kids would be a problem before they even existed. And then they crossed a line I didn't think they would. They contacted Maya. I found out when she texted me one afternoon. Hey, did you give your mom my number? My stomach dropped. No. Why? She didn't reply right away. Then my phone rang. I picked up instantly. What happened? There was a pause on the other end. Then she said, Your mom called me. I stood up so fast I almost knocked my chair over. She what? She said she just wanted to talk woman to woman, Maya said. Her voice was calm, but tight. I felt anger hit me instantly.
What did she say? Another pause, and I could tell she was choosing her words carefully. She told me that you're confused. My jaw clenched. She said you're not used to relationships like this, and that I should think about what's best for you. I didn't even realize I was pacing. She asked me, Maya continued, if I'd ever consider stepping away so you could have a simpler life. That was it. That was the moment something in me fully snapped. I'm calling her, I said. No, Maya said immediately. Why not? Because this isn't just about her, she said. This is how they think. That hit harder than I expected. I'm so sorry, I said. You shouldn't have had to deal with that. She exhaled slowly. I've dealt with worse, she said. And again, that didn't make me feel better. What did you say to her? I asked. Maya let out a small, humorless laugh. I told her if you ever leave me, it's going to be your decision, not hers. I stopped pacing. You said that? Yeah, she said. And then I told her not to call me again. Good. But the fact she had to say that at all, that burned. That night, I called my parents. Both of them. Put them on speaker. What the hell were you thinking? I said the second they picked up. My mom sounded confused. What are you talking about? You called Maya. Silence. Then my dad spoke. We were trying to handle things respectfully. Respectfully? I repeated. You told her to leave me. We suggested she consider what's best for you, my mom said. I actually laughed. Like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You went behind my back, I said. You disrespected her, and you disrespected me. We're your parents, my dad snapped. We have a right to be involved. No, you don't, I said. Not like this. There was a long pause. Then my mom said quietly, We're trying to save you from a difficult life. And that was it. That was the sentence that made everything clear. Not confusion, not misunderstanding. Choice. They meant every word. Then stop, I said. Stop what? My dad asked. Stop trying to control my life, I said. Because if this continues, you're gonna lose me. Another silence. Heavy. But this time, they didn't back down. And deep down, I started to realize this wasn't something that was going to fix itself.
After that call, things got quiet. Not better, just quiet. No more daily messages. No more, we're just concerned. They pulled back, but it didn't feel like peace. It felt like distance, like they were waiting me out. Maya noticed it too. They stopped? She asked one night. Yeah. She nodded slowly. That's not a good sign. I frowned. Why? Because people don't just change overnight, she said. They just regroup. She was right. I just didn't want her to be. A couple weeks later, my brother Daniel called me. Hey, he said. My birthday's coming up. I'm having people over. You coming? Yeah, of course. There was a small pause. You bringing Maya? He asked. Something about the way he said it felt careful. Yeah, I said. Why? Another pause. They're gonna be there, he said. I knew exactly who he meant. I figured. I just don't want a scene, he added. It's my birthday, man. I'm not the one who causes scenes, I said. I know, he replied. Just be prepared. The night of the party, Maya got ready at my place. She looked amazing. Simple outfit, nothing flashy, but she carried herself in that way that just made people look twice. You don't have to come, I told her. She looked at me like I said something stupid. I'm not hiding, she said. I know, I'm with you, she cut in. That's it. No hesitation. God, I loved that about her. When we got there, everything felt normal at first. Music, people talking, Daniel smiling, drinks in everyone's hands. Claire hugged us both. I'm really glad you came. That meant something. At least someone was acting like this was normal. Then I saw my parents, across the room. My mom spotted me first. Her eyes moved from me to Maya. And just like that, the tension was back. Instant. We hadn't even said a word yet, but I could feel it building. That same heavy air, that same look. We walked further into the room. Hey, I said, trying to keep it calm. My dad nodded at me, didn't even look at Maya. My mom forced a tight smile. Hi. That was it. No greeting, no name, nothing. Maya stood next to me, completely composed. Happy birthday to your son, she said politely. My mom blinked like she wasn't expecting her to speak. Oh, yes, she said awkwardly. And then my dad said it, right there in the middle of the party. This is a family event. I felt my stomach drop. What? I said. He looked directly at me. She shouldn't be here. No filter, no shame, just straight disrespect. The room didn't go silent, but it felt like it did. Like everything around us blurred out. Maya didn't move, didn't react, but I felt her hand tense slightly next to mine. She's with me, I said, my voice already tight. That's exactly the problem, my dad replied. I took a step forward. You don't get to decide that. This is Daniel's birthday, my mom cut in. We want one normal night. Normal. I almost laughed. Normal for who? I asked. Daniel rushed over at that point. Hey, what's going on? He said, looking between us. My dad didn't even hesitate. We're not comfortable with her being here. Daniel exhaled, clearly stressed. Can we not do this right now? No, my mom said. This needs to be clear. And then she said it. If she stays, we're leaving. There it was. An ultimatum. At his birthday. In front of everyone. Daniel rubbed his face. Seriously? You're doing this now? My dad crossed his arms. We're not going to pretend this is okay. Claire looked like she wanted to disappear. I felt my heart pounding in my chest. Anger, embarrassment, disbelief, all at once. I looked at Maya. She finally looked back at me. And she didn't look angry. She just looked tired. Not shocked, not hurt. Just tired. Like she already knew how this would go. We're leaving, she said quietly. No, I said immediately. We don't have to. She squeezed my hand. It's not worth it,
she said, and that hit harder than anything my parents said. Because she wasn't fighting anymore. She was just done with it. I turned to my brother. "I'm sorry," I said. He shook his head. "This isn't on you." But we both knew this was going to change everything. I didn't look back at my parents, not once. I just walked out with her. And this time, it didn't feel like something temporary. It felt like a line had been crossed, that there was no coming back from.
After that night, they stopped reaching out completely. No calls, no messages, nothing. At first, I kept checking my phone like an idiot, thinking maybe my mom would text, maybe my dad would cool off. But days turned into weeks, and it was just silence. Maya never said, "I told you so," not once, but I could feel the shift. Not between us, between me and everything I used to call normal. A couple months later, I proposed. No big production, just us in her apartment late at night. I was nervous as hell. "I know things are messy right now," I told her. "With my family, all of it." She watched me carefully. "But I don't care about any of that," I said. "I care about you. I want a life with you. All of it." I pulled out the ring. "For real this time," I said. "No matter what comes with it." She didn't even hesitate. "Yes." Just like that. I still invited my parents to the wedding. I don't know why. Maybe part of me thought they'd come around, that seeing it become real would snap something in them, that they'd choose me. They didn't. They showed up a week before the wedding, unannounced. I opened the door, and there they were. My mom looked like she hadn't slept. My dad looked cold. "We need to talk," he said. I already knew what this was. We sat in the living room. Maya stayed in the kitchen at first, giving space. My mom looked around the apartment like she didn't belong there. "Is this really happening?" she asked quietly. "Yes," I said. My dad leaned forward. "Then listen carefully," he said. And the way he said it, it wasn't concern anymore. It was a warning. "If you go through with this," he said, "you are no longer our son." Silence. I didn't react right away, because I needed to make sure I actually heard that correctly. "You're serious?" I asked. My mom's eyes filled with tears, but she didn't stop him. "That's the choice you're making," my dad said. "So we're making ours." Maya stepped into the room at that point. She didn't look scared. She just stood next to me, present, solid. I looked at my parents, the same people who raised me, supported me, loved me. And now, this. "You're really giving me an ultimatum," I said. "We're giving you a chance," my mom whispered. "No," I said. "You're asking me to abandon the person I love." "We're asking you to fix your life before it's too late," my dad snapped. I felt weirdly calm in that moment, like everything just settled, because the choice was already made. "I'm marrying her," I said. My mom started crying. My dad stood up immediately. "Then we're done," he said. Just like that. No hesitation. No second thought. They walked out of my apartment. And that was the last time I saw them. They didn't come to the wedding. Not even a message. Nothing. But my brother came. Daniel showed up early, hugged me, and said, "I'm proud of you." That meant more than I can explain. Claire cried during the ceremony. Maya looked unreal. And when I said, "I do," I didn't feel loss. I felt sure. Now, I'm married. We have a daughter. She's small, loud, and already runs the entire house. And yeah, she's exactly what my parents were so afraid of. Sometimes I think about them. Not every day. But it hits at random moments. Like when my daughter laughs. Or when she does something new and I instinctively reach for my phone. Before remembering there's no one to send it to. But here's the truth. I didn't lose my family because I fell in love. I lost them because they couldn't accept it. And I had to decide what mattered more. And every time my daughter grabs my hand, or Maya looks at me like I chose right, I know I did.
If you like this story, you'll find more like it on my channel.